Guys, we're here again for another weekly Sunday hangouts, and this is what's going to happen. Okay, this is the order of the day. This is the order of the day. So what we're going to be talking about double header. I'm hearing background stuff. Please reduce your background stuff, or I will kick you out of the hangouts. I'm begging you. Please reduce your background noise.
I'm not making any noise
because I'm hearing some rusting, bro.
Yeah.
All right,
I can hear it as well.
So we have Germany. Okay, look. Double header, try and fix your thing first because I'm still hearing the rusting. It's going to mess with the whole experience. Okay, so the order of the day, we have to address Germany and Northern Ireland. What do you mean Northern Ireland? Germany and the Netherlands. What happened there? Joachim Löw is a brick. What's a Huth? Muller's a brick. Boateng. There are a lot of bricks we need to talk about. We talk about Memphis, Tennessee, aka Memphis Depay. Are the Netherlands back? Has Ronald Koeman brought them back? I want to talk about Henry at Monaco. What do we think about that? Do we think that he's going to be successful? Will he break the great player curse of people who have been managers? And last but not least, I also want to look at this whole Ballon d'Or situation. That's what I want to look at, the Ballon d'Or situation, which is very important. So let's start off with this right now. Germany against the Netherlands. Are Germany screwed? Yes or no?
Yes.
So Handsome, tell me, why are Germany screwed and how long will it take for Germany to get back?
I mean, I just think, though, I don't know why they haven't fired Joachim Löw yet. Why is he still the manager?
Who? What? Who?
Löw.
Okay, so you believe that the main issue is Joachim Löw. You think that's the main issue?
Yeah, I think so, because I think his tactics are outdated right now, and his insistence on not starting Sane is another issue that I don't know why he's doing that. I think maybe he's just getting old and starting to repeat his tactics. I think everyone knows how Germany play now, so.
Okay, no, because I told her that Joachim Löw should have been sacked at the end of the World Cup. Why he wasn't sacked?
Yeah, exactly.
Why make your team come bottom of the World Cup is just madness. Juju man, your thoughts. What is wrong with Germany? Who is to blame?
I think it's deeper than Löw, because
don't say racism, but continue.
No. The league is not that it's trash. The league is trash because I mean,
wait, easy. You're saying the Bundesliga is trash?
Yeah, and it's like anyone that I mean, apart from Germans, I mean, I don't know who else watches Bundesliga. Probably like it's like the league is average. Okay, I'll say the league is average, and like so far it looks like Bayern. I mean, Dortmund are doing well, but I'm still not convinced. I think Bayern will still win the league. I'll be shocked if that doesn't happen. And the players like Boateng looks. I mean, he lost pace, and they should start with either Rudiger or because they should remove Boateng, and their centre backs are too slow. The German centre backs, and I saw Kadim's timeline. He was saying that the main problem it might be finding a replacement for Ozil. That might be the big the problem they're facing, and they're hoping Kai Havertz breaks out.
I need you just to whittle this down to something. Who is primarily to blame for Germany? Is it the nation of Germany? Is it Angela Merkel? Is it Joachim Löw? Who is the main person to blame for Germany getting lubricated and embarrassed in Holland?
I think it's not. Wait.
Easy machine, relax. Let the man talk, man.
I think it's their league. I blame it all starts with the league because that's what I blame the league because they need to make the league competitive because it's like I don't know. I blame the league.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, easy. Okay, fine. Okay,
stop making that noise.
What do you think is to who do you think is to blame here? A1 for this whole thing. Who do you think is to blame?
The blue shirt is right.
What's going on?
Muntaha, man, look, guys, I am begging you. If you do not reduce your background noise, I will kick you out of this hangout. I am begging you. Controversial Barca. I'm hearing some noise. I'm going to eject you again. A1, please continue. Who is to blame for Germany? Angela Merkel, the German Frankfurters, Huth, or Boateng for getting bricked up? Please tell me who is to blame.
Oh, match-wise, for the lubrication, obviously Joachim Low.
No. I'm not saying match-wise. I'm saying overall. Who is to blame overall? Who is to blame overall? Who's to blame overall?
The German FA, man. They should have realized that it's time for them to move on and start something fresh and have them bring in new younger players, because obviously they won the World Cup, the Euros, the semi-finals, they lost. Then the last World Cup, they just completely just went out to the group stages, got beat by South Korea, Mexico. It's ridiculous. So I think it's the German FA.
Try and play devil's advocate. Explain to me how Joachim Löw still collects a check after finishing bottom of his World Cup group.
It's the World Cup, because he won the World Cup. I personally think it's that, because he's won the World Cup.
Wait, no. What do you mean by he won the World Cup? Lippi won the World Cup in 2006.
You can't stay in the past.
He won the World Cup 4 years ago.
I personally think that's the reason, or he must have said to the German FA that he sees a vision in some of the young players. Because now you're seeing he's picking more young players, but he's still got old players and still relying on old players to do their thing. But at the same time,
Okay. You've talked. Liverpool will be everybody. Who's to blame for this whole Germany thing? Who's to blame?
Tony Kroos.
Whoa!
Oh my God, Tony Kroos.
Should I explain?
Pause.
Wow.
Pause. Okay, because I didn't want to address this yet, but I'm happy you brought this up, because I think we need to have some home truths about Tony Kroos. So, Liverpool v everybody. Why are you putting the blame mainly on Tony Kroos
and Thomas Müller as well? Thomas Müller.
He's disgracefully cursed this team after those silly comments he came out with, whether it was about Sane or any of these things that have happened with the players in the German squad. That's a disgrace. And for me, since that's happened, you've seen Germany has dropped lower and lower and lower. And it's not a surprise. I mean, the World Cup is one thing, but this is not them losing to the Netherlands is not like this old, new found out information. We knew Germany was falling. At least I did. So
hold on. What are these comments exactly that he made?
No, he was criticizing like Sane's attitude, and he was criticizing Ozil as well. So basically there's no reason doesn't exist. Okay,
exactly.
So I mean, because I have a few things to say about Tony Kroos, but I just want to get everybody's quick sound. So Machine.
And Thomas Müller as well. Thomas Müller.
Easy, relax on Muller. Look, he's trying. Machine, what's the issue with Germany? Who is to blame?
I don't think anybody in specific is to blame. I think it's just a cyclical.
Wait a minute. There's someone's blame somebody, man.
But it's a cyclical thing. But I'll tell you what. What's not to blame for sure is Ozil's absence, because he's one of the most overrated players that I've ever seen. And I don't think his absence is really negative for Germany.
So you're saying that no one is to blame for them getting lubricated and finishing bottom of the World Cup group? So no one is to blame?
The blame, if somebody before me mentioned, is the German FA for not recycling, but just bringing in new blood and getting rid of Love. It's not because he's a bad coach necessarily. It's just because with national teams specifically, you sort of need, especially once a coach is very successful, you can't stick around with him. I've never seen a coach replicate a World Cup win.
Del Bosque.
You know what I mean? Del Bosque, maybe he did what, like a World Cup in a Euro?
Yeah.
But then he got picked up in 2014.
That's extremely rare,
Okay, all right. Okay, Munsa, your thoughts? Germany, who's to blame? Who's to blame?
Jogi Löw, definitely Jogi Löw, because players are tired of this old tactician, and he's not anymore tactician. He was lucky back in 2014. In a sense, lucky in a sense, Germany team was that good, and they know how to, play and gel up with the team, with the squad, and they don't have Miroslav Klose, they don't have Bad Simpson, they don't have Schweinsteiger. So what do you expect? He should be gone by and the end of the World Cup. Still is there? Amazed.
All right, Sam, who's to blame? Do you have your mic working, Sam?
Yes, I have my mic working. It's the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga has been garbage.
Juju man, quiet. Put your
Let me
mute back on. Let the guy talk, man. Sam,
4
talk. Finish.
years since 2014, you've had this arrogant, just complete, just like I live in Germany. I live in Stuttgart, and you see this attitude all over, from Berlin all the way to Mönchengladbach, and you see this whole thing where it's like the Bundesliga has become systematically the Bayern Liga. There used to be a time when Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach, VfB Stuttgart, all of these teams used to win the Bundesliga. VfL Wolfsburg, like they all have been very, very good. Have been very, very good at certain points, but I mean, since 2014, one of the teams that has never been relegated, Hamburg, they got relegated last season. Next thing you know, Stuttgart relegated, just came back to the Bundesliga last season. It goes on. I mean, German players haven't been coming up like they have been in the past, and people think that it's all great because they're beating the English 1-0, even though their record against other teams is like systematically fallen in the past 4 years. There's a lot I can say about it. I've watched a lot of games, but the system is broken.
No, you know what? It's very interesting because I personally, for me, I put the main blame on the German FA for not stacking Joachim Löw, because I think that was the biggest move. But I think I've got to agree with what Sam and Jujuman say, because I look at a player like Huth. I was like, who the hell is this? I mean, no, sorry, Huth. Jujuman, quiet, easy. Germans listen to this thing, quiet. Let me talk. Be respectful.
Wait, what is Huth?
I look at the guy called Uth. And they're basically like, how do you go from like get Muller closer to do the call? Because that guy was trash. Let's be real. So that's why I agree with what Sam and Judman says, that, and this was always going to happen. If you allow one club to literally swallow up and take every over years, not short term, but over years, it will make the league less attractive because one club is swallowing and taking everyone as a whole. Because remember, Germany really benefited for something that was very similar to what something very similar to what Spain had, where only bar one player, every player was either Real Madrid or Barcelona. So for Germany, a lot of the fiber of the club was actually built between was built between Bayern Munich and Dortmund. But if the league there's not quality from at least the first 4 or 5 teams, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help. So I think it's going to be a long time until Germany do something. But like, look, we have to move on. Netherlands, are Netherlands back? Or is it too early to say? Are they back?
No.
Why not?
While they're coming back, while they have elements that are coming back slowly, let's just be honest with ourselves. Do they actually have a prominent center forward? Have they actually replaced Robin van Persie? Have they replaced Arjen Robben?
What did Van Persie ever do for Holland? Tell me.
2014.
What? No. 2014 was Robben's. And let me be real. Let me say this right now. Robben was the best, apart from maybe Bart Simpson. Robben was one of the best players at that 2014 World Cup. I tell you, if Robben had taken Netherlands to the World Cup, he would have easily been a goal. He would have easily been a Horseman. If he had taken the Netherlands to World Cup victory. So guys, put some respect on Robben's name. Don't you dare disrespect that guy. Don't you dare disrespect him. So, for me, I feel that because Netherlands, it was actually pretty interesting because they played sort of like a front three that was sort of like interspersing. And let me be real, man. Depay looks pretty good as a frontman. I think Depay was sort of like a false 9. So they may not have an outside striker, but what they have are 3 very clever front players who are young, quick on the ball, quick thinking, and know how to play well with each other. Basically, it's a very similar setup to what you saw with Villa, Messi, and Pedro back in 2011. So I don't think that they need a traditional frontman because you always have to evolve and move your team to the times. So, does anybody here feel like if Netherlands are on their way back to being prominent or Germany are trash? That it's too early to say.
The latter.
No, I say they're on their way to prominence because I mean, but it's impressive that a country that small produces a lot of great players. So it's like their football philosophy is good. So I'm expecting them to get back they're slowly building back.
It's not that small, man. It's got almost 20 million population. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, 28 is I mean, but they're among the best in football. I mean, compared to 28 million is nothing.
What would you consider Holland generally in terms of, since you like rating things in tiers, HH, what would you consider Holland as? Second tier?
Oh, wait. Overall or as of right now?
Overall.
Tier 2.
Tier
2, because for me, like I've always said that the one thing that Holland miss is character and the psychology. That's one thing they miss. I don't know. I mean, again, maybe I'm sure Machine is old enough because I don't know whether some of you are old enough to remember the 2000 team of Holland that was coached by Rijkaard. That team was incredible. That was an amazing team. And when you saw how they got knocked out of Euro 2000, you just know how messy it was because those guys, I mean, my gosh, Kluivert, Davids, Overmars, Bergkamp, I mean, the D'oR brothers, Van der Sar, it was a crazy team. So they have to be tier 2, but they can't be tier 1 along the likes of Brazil, Italy, Germany, and so forth because these guys have the quality, but they know how to be clutch. And they have character and they've won it big times when it's really mattered for them. So, but before we get on to our next topic, which is Henry at Monaco, I want to talk about Portugal. So, Machine, being a resident Portuguese guy in here. Now, I took a lot of flack for this. I said that I think it's a great sign for these Portuguese guys to win without Cristiano. Because Cristiano is going to retire. So, if you don't plan ahead, because a smart federation or a smart coach thinks 5, 6, 7 years ahead. And it's very important to get your young core playing without your 31, 30, 32-year-old star man than always relying on him. Then when he does retire, like, oh, damn, we have no experience playing just with ourselves. So Machine, as a Portuguese, seeing Portugal beat Poland 3-2, Bernardo Silva playing a starring role, Andre Silva going from brick to an all right dude. Do you think that these Portuguese guys can do something without Cristiano, or are they still overly reliant on the goal machine?
It's tough. I don't think any national team that's overly reliant on anyone is going to go anywhere because, even that word over-reliant signals that there's a problem. I think it's a good sign that they're doing it without him. I don't think we have any chance of actually winning anything or going anywhere of substance without Ronaldo. Not yet, not quite yet, but it's a positive sign that they're.
Let me just say that was a very
the shadow that Ronaldo casts is extremely large, and you can feel that these kids. It can hamper a lot of these kids' output. So it's good that in as much as they can feel comfortable. In their own skin in the national team, it's good,
But HH,
yeah,
it's one game, right? And so didn't they win one game in the Euro final without Cristiano Ronaldo?
The final.
Yeah, well,
but that team setup had a lot more veterans,
Also, it has to be said that Poland's performance was very poor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why we even. That's not,
so, with the new coach, they're really struggling. And the midfield was completely dominated by Portugal, and the defenders were out of place. Like Poland.
No. Poland. I mean, they are going into the break academy because I don't know what's happening there. Those guys have to get inducted because those guys have been on the decline. But still,
let me explain to you what's happening because they changed the coach right now. After the World Cup, they sacked the coach, and now it's a new coach, and the new coach isn't doing well. And the transition is hard because Italy and Portugal are tough teams. So it's like debating whether. If he's not doing well, or it's just the tough teams in the group.
You also have to look at
the one thing with the machine is like how many good players does Portugal have? I mean, Bernardo Silva is the only player I consider really good.
Don't
tell me about Guedes. I don't want to hear about Guedes.
Wow.
Midfielder.
Wow.
That pass from Ruben Neves. Oh my goodness.
We have a lot of talented. We have a lot of talented.
I think they're average. They're average. They're not that good.
But in terms of world class, we only in terms of the kids, we only have Bernardo Silva. That's it.
That's it. So the entire team is average, and there's only Bernardo Silva that's everyone considers
Andres Silva is top scorer in La Liga this season.
It's the only one season. Once he does it for 5 years, we can talk about
5 years.
There has to be some consistency. You can't just have one good season. You just can't have one good season and then
let's move on. We need to move on.
It's a career, man.
Wait. Okay, we're looking now. Henry at Monaco. Now, I put out something right here, and I said that I feel that there is still a great player to great manager course. Now, let me explain myself properly. Did Zidane really break the course? Yes and no. Yes, he broke the course because, wow, 3 Champions Leagues in a row, it's amazing with a La Liga in between. But is that enough to now unequivocally say that Zidane can now be put in the same category as a Mourinho, as a Ferguson, and so forth? I don't think that there's ever been, to my knowledge, apart from Johan Cruyff, a great player who had a 5, 6, 7 year spell, or even a 20-year spell as a top manager. I don't think we've ever had that.
Nobody rates Guardiola as a great player, right?
No, Guardiola was a great player.
Let's be real. I remember Guardiola was almost like a Busquets. Very good at his job, but he didn't really. He was never world class. He was never a world class player.
But Guardiola he was good player. Guardiola was a good player. Yeah, in terms of managing, in terms of tactics, in terms of
he won the first Champions League for Barca, and he won La Liga 4 years in a row.
But once again. Let's be real.
He's won the first Champions League for Barca.
Are you going to call Guardiola a great? Are you going to call him a great player?
He's not. He wasn't world class, but I would say out of speaking,
he wasn't a great player. Yeah, he was a good player. He wasn't a great player. He won Champions League back in '92. Yeah, in old format. Not in new format as well.
No. Okay. Look, my argument is that my argument was great players don't make great coaches, i.e., Maradona, Van Basten, and so forth. That has always been the cause. And
what about Ancelotti? Ancelotti was a great player, world-class player for Milan.
Okay, let's be real. Are you going to put Ancelotti in the same category as a Maradona, a Cannavaro, a Baresi? No, you're not.
He was in the team that won Champions Leagues with Milan under Sacchi.
But Hazem, was Ancelotti himself as an individual a great player? No, he was very good.
He was world class though.
It was very solid. You're making a
hate to just say legendary. Yeah, legendary player.
Legendary. Okay, he's
going to break the cycle. So I mean, if it's out of all the people that we're talking about, you put Ancelotti as the example. I mean, but then again, you can give about 5 to 10 examples of actually 20, 30 examples of like players that were world class at their time that completely flopped as managers.
Like basically the only arguments John Barnes, another one who didn't really do well as a manager, was a superb player, world class at the time. But my thing, Alan Shearer as well, one of the best strikers, probably the best striker of his generation, didn't really make it as a manager. Zidane is the only guy where this was one of the greatest players of his generation who succeeded, but in a small window.
Zidane
6 years of success.
I don't think we can sneak that one in. Zidane, so far, I mean, he's good start, but that's only 3 years. We can't make any judgment.
Let's be real. 3 Champions Leagues in a row.
But look at the Champions League. He was last season. Some of the games, it was just pure luck. The man was our coach.
I'm sorry.
Let's not speak about the referee.
Yeah, but it's like some like it was. I swear, like Zidane, he needs to another test because I think the amount of luck that he got for the 3 Champions League, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
I think he got a team that was just.
Let's go the topic of Henry here. Let's actually stay on topic here, guys.
Okay, so wait, look.
Disgrace the picture you got.
Henry at Monaco.
Likewise.
Who's going to? Do you think he'll be a success? Actually, no, let me start with A1 since you actually have the man on your avatar. A1, Henry and Monaco. Your honest opinion. Do you think he'll be a success? Do you think he'll get sacked, or what? What do you think will happen? A1, do you have your mic? Are you alive?
I think he's still sleeping.
Okay, he's sleeping. Forward. Henry at Monaco, do you think he will succeed? Yes or no? What do you think?
Yo.
Okay, all right, fine. A1, man, look, okay, Max. So A1, Henry at Monaco, will he succeed or will he fail?
I think he's an attacking player, and I've heard a few comments from attacking players in Belgium saying that he's helped improve them attacking wise. I can see him having his philosophy being attacking and whatnot, so it could be a success, but at the same time, he's working with very young players who, he's not working with the Monaco team that were about 2 years ago. That team has heavily been changed and whatnot, so he's got a very hard job to do, but I hope he's not letting me down, but I think he'll be a success.
Wait, A1, you coming up with excuses? He didn't even start because that's not a tough job. He's in Ligue 1. Like there's only PSG.
Oh my days!
There's only PSG and Lyon.
They're in a relegation.
Okay, look, Judge man, you'll have your time. You'll have your time. Forward, Henry and Monaco. How well will he do?
Yeah, we have to take into account this is his first job, and we haven't got much experience of what we know. What he can do.
How well will he do?
Yeah, look, I like to give educated opinions on things. I don't like to just guess out of nowhere, right? I'm just giving you what I know. And what we know of is that he's done a good job at Belgium being an assistant. Now, it's a different task when you're actually the full-time coach. You're working 24/7. It's going to be a tough job, yes, but what we know of Henry, he's a very good communicator. He does a good job as a pundit on Sky Sports. And in general, when you hear interaction that he's had with players, you always hear good things about what he's taught them and what he said to them. So I feel like he can do a good job in the communication. Do you? Or if he can get his tactics across, so just whether we can see if he has any longevity.
How well will he do?
And I'm giving you context as to what he.
I don't care about context because we have 7 guys waiting on this panel. Hence why we need a bite-sized thing. I told you, if I wanted a soliloquy or a poem from William Shakespeare, aka Forward, I would ask you.
Okay.
Will he get sacked? Will he do well? Please give it so I can move on to Hazem. Hit me.
Okay, to put it into one sentence, right? He'll do a better job than what Mourinho was doing this season. There you go.
That's harsh. Why did he bring Mourinho into this? Hazem, speak.
No. I just
don't laugh. Speak.
I just wanted to say, Henry is really good at communicating his ideas to the players, and he raises the spirit of the team. But I don't know if he's going to be able to compete with PSG because the level is just different, and maybe they should focus on the Champions League, getting out of the group now that they have Henry.
Okay, Liverpool, everybody. Henry at Monaco. What's your take?
Simple, no. They're in a relegation battle.
Whoa, easy.
I don't care if he's a good
pundit. Like you can't be quick into this whole thing, man. You have to build up to this whole stuff, man. Okay, so speak again. I mean, what? Okay, what you say? That's going to get relegated?
They're in a relegation battle. I know it's early. It's Monaco. This is not like A1 said. It's not the same team that was 2 years ago. If he had that squad, maybe. I don't think he's going to do well with this team. He's not God. This is a tough team to come into and try to manage.
What's well? Wait, what is well?
You have to actually give some context to this.
What is well?
Wait, easy. No, easy, no, guys. Well, we're moving along. Machine, Henry at Monaco. How well will he do? Machine, Henry at Monaco. How well will he do?
Sorry. I think he's going to do poorly. I like him. I think he's charismatic, but he lacks that sort of X factor that.
All right, guys, don't laugh. Henry at Monaco.
HH. My question is success in terms of what? In terms of performance or in terms of?
No. Overall, do you think that he will do? Like overall, make them okay. Put it this way.
Question, man.
Will he be? Will he make them competitive with PSG? Will he make them win the league over PSG?
Actually,
will he make them come mid-table?
Yes. He can make them. Competitive. And he can actually win Copa de France because it's like a second trophy of French league. Yeah, so he can win that. But Liga, it's difficult. But this team, Monaco team, is young. Yeah, so he's a good tactician. And somehow he can manage this team, and he's good at man management. So
how do we know that he's a good tactician? What's he's a good tactician?
No. Let me tell you why. He played under Guardiola for just 2 years, I guess. Yeah, and he was really lethal player for Barcelona at that time.
How does that make him a good tactician? Okay, so
No.
Listen, you're telling me that David Villa is a good tactician.
Would you allow me
a good
to
tactician? How does that mean that's a good tactician?
Would you allow me to speak? Would you allow me to speak? Yeah. Have you watched his videos on punditry channels? Yeah, he literally explained the tactics. Guardiola.
I love no. Trust no. I love that you brought up that point. Neville, before he took the United job, was touted as one of the best pundits at breaking down things ever. Everybody said, no, this guy's amazing. He's done so well. He took over the job at Valencia. Total disaster.
But he doesn't speak Spanish. That's the one difference compared to Omri speaking French.
That's not an excuse.
It's whole country.
Wait, Montaha, finish your point. Montaha.
Yeah, so my point is like he's good and is understanding the tactics and all those things. So he could be like, a manager to change the system, to make them believe that they can at least try hard to win some Copa de France as well and perform better in Champions League.
All right, Red.
Okay. Yeah, he's not going to do just because Liga is going to be tough. He's not going to be close to the Champions League with that team, and he's not going to be able to compete with PSG. As good as a tactician as he is, he doesn't have the players, and I don't think he has the experience yet to overtake a giant club like PSG. So
it's a thankless task that he has in front of him.
All right, okay.
Yeah, 18th in the league.
All right. I think he can help develop players.
Sam.
Okay, let me talk. All right. I think he will do okay. This season, he will not compete with PSG. He will not win a cup.
Come on.
Just listen.
Mind blowing.
He will not win a cup, but he will make the Europa League with this team.
Europa what?
I'm not saying that he's going to win. I say he's going to qualify next season for the Europa League.
That's not good enough, man. That's not good enough.
I think it's going to have a similar effect.
It's not good enough, but it's a step forward.
No. I don't do step forward.
I think it's going to be similar to Milan last season.
Fixing a team is not an immediate process. It takes.
Man. Sorry.
Look where they are now. They're 18.
Let me talk. Is that next season? He will get them to compete with PSG.
Okay, all right, Jujuman.
As for Henry, he's not going to.
No, Jujuman, stop, Jujuman. You will pronounce his name properly, or I will throw you out of this hangout. His name is Henry, not Henry. Start again.
Oh okay, Henry. Okay,
Henry, not Hon.
Henry.
Who cares?
Jujuman, talk. Just talk.
Let's. By the way, he's going trophyless. He's never going to win a title in France, as far as I'm concerned. Second of all, I mean, do people go to school to become managers, or you just get a job because of your name? I thought there was a process where, because it's like
you have to get licenses.
Yeah, but it's like
you have multiple licenses to be a manager anywhere in Europe.
Yeah,
wait, look, Sam. Let's talk.
With Monaco, I mean, his job is just not to get relegated. I mean, because people are already making excuses for him, so it'll be easy for him. It'll be easy for him because it's like people are already making excuses. So the expectations is low.
Okay, basically, if we want to go to our last topic, I don't think he will be successful at Monaco overall. I think it may be short-term success. If he wins, but when it really gets down to the nitty-gritty, I do feel that he will struggle. He may make them somewhat competitive, but I think overall, eventually it will be like a mutual partner. I don't think Monaco will sack him, but I think they'll say, because we love you so much and because you're heralded here and respected so highly here, we want to part with. So this may happen like maybe next season or season after, but I don't think that overall he'll be able to do it. But I want him to succeed because I love Henry. Now, final topic. This is where things get a little bit tense. Ballon d'Or.
Oh my God.
Ballon d'Or. Now, I've always given my views about these individual awards. The only awards that matter are your league title, your domestic title, the Champions League, your continental title, and the World Cup. Those are the 5 titles that really mean anything, those 5 things. And the individual awards are literally like an icing on the cake, like a little extra dessert that you have. So, the nominees were released. Now, I'm going to go from right to left. In your view, who should be the final 3? I will give you a minute to think about this. Based off the nominees, based off what people have done entirely over the past year, from January 2018 to January 2019, of what people have mostly done, who, in your view, are your final three? I'll start with Jujima. Who would you choose as your final three Ballon d'Or nominees?
I'll go with Cristiano Ronaldo, and go with Luka Modric, and the last one is, I would say Messi still. No, Messi. Yeah, but I would say Messi still.
Salah?
Yep.
No.
Wait. Okay. So Jujima, easy. So you said Cristiano, Modric, and Messi.
Yes.
Why am I not in this?
No. We're going from right to left. Okay.
Explanation.
Oh Lord.
First of all, Salah needs to have 2 good seasons. I don't do the one season thing. I don't do the one good season. You need to have. I need consistency.
Let's talk.
I need consistency, and I keep mentioning what Ronaldo and Messi have accomplished. The 10 years of high-level performance. I mean,
Jujima, this is not based on 10 years. This is based on the last year.
But they're still good. They're still among the best players in the world. And it's like, just because people had one good season, we can't just put that. And for Luka Modric, I think he was the best. He deserved it 2 years ago.
Okay.
He will win it.
Okay, so. You've talked. Okay, Sam, who are your final three?
Modric, Salah, and Ronaldo.
What?
Yep.
What?
What's wrong with that?
But it most likely will be.
Explain.
So, no. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Fine. Again, it's your choice because we want to go through everyone's. I'm not shocked that neither Mbappe or Messi is there, but fine. Cool.
Messi,
all right.
Messi.
Sam, it's fine. Look, we're moving down. We're moving down the road. Red, your final three.
Ronaldo, Modric, and has to be Messi for third. And
you guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. No. It's fine. No. I will explain afterwards. You guys are very funny. You're some very funny people. Muntaha, give me your final three. Give me your final three. Muntaha, give me your final three.
Yeah, Modric, Cristiano, Messi.
Who?
Modric, Cristiano, Messi.
Okay. Now you guys are some.
Wait, what about me?
Machine, who are your final three? Give me a bloody final three, man.
Ronaldo, number 1. Mbappe, number 2. Number 3, Salah. And Messi.
Wait, guys, I can't hear what guys are saying. Machine, say your names again. Everyone, let's listen to what guys. So, Machine, say your names again.
Number 1, Ronaldo. Number 2, Mbappe. Number 3, Salah, and Messi belongs nowhere near.
Okay, Machine, that's enough. Okay, you said you have 3, man. And change your avatar, please. Thank you.
Ooh.
Liverpool, everybody. Who your final 3?
Modric, Salah, Ninja Turtle.
Say again. Who?
Modric, Salah, Ninja Turtle.
Okay, Ninja Turtle. Okay. Now I'm not hearing what I want to hear slightly. Hassan, your final 3.
Number 1, Modric. Number 2, Salah, and number 3, Mbappe. No, sorry, Messi. Number 3, Messi.
Okay. Hazem, man. Let's say you guys are some sick people, man. Forward. Who's your bloody final? Just come on, shit. And also forward. Don't give me a soliloquy. Just give me your bloody final 3, please. I beg you, please.
Let me tell you something, right? I'm joking. It's Modric, Mbappe, Messi.
Good. A1, your final 3.
Modric, Ronaldo, and Messi.
Guys, now before we get into this thing fully, my final 3 are in no particular order.
Messi can go to hell.
In no particular order. Kids, watch this. Please don't encourage the demonic behavior. Modric, Mbappe, Messi. That is my final 3 that I feel it should be. Now,
because you're a Cristiano hater, that's why
you're trolling.
Can I respond? Can I talk? Thank you. Now,
toast. Some dude is making toast in the middle of the hangout.
Please don't make toast in the middle of the hangout. Thank you.
I have to
now,
eat, man.
The reason, okay, this is my argument for not including Salah. Superb season, amazing season, but World Cup again, no fault of his own. He was injured. Looked at his team and everything, and I think remember, this is the whole year, so we're looking at the past few months so far. He has not started the season that well, and again, he's proven that he's perhaps a one-season wonder. Cristiano, great goal scoring in the Champions League. What did he do in La Liga, really?
26 and 26.
Can I talk? Thank you. World Cup.
Wait.
Great. Gigi, relax.
All right.
World Cup. Group stage, he was money. Knockout stages, he disappeared. Uruguay,
Cup 4-4. But at least he was better than Messi in World Cup.
Can I finish? So those are why exclude those. Now, guys, why isn't nobody talking about Varane?
Because he's a defender.
No one cares about defending.
This is another problem with the Ballon d'Or. Against the defenders. Defenders never get the credit they deserve.
But they don't win games.
It's not as if he put on like a show.
No, but when Varane scores, he can win awards. He doesn't score. I mean, he doesn't score. I mean, not all the weight is in his shoulders.
Look, how has Maldini never won the Ballon d'Or?
No, it's you guys are right, because even like in previous years, like in 16, 17, Ronaldo didn't deserve the Ballon d'Or. Ramos deserved the Ballon d'Or that year.
No, they don't. They should stick to forward players, because defenders don't deserve Ballon d'Ors because they don't like.
I'll explain. What rubbish are you saying?
Defenders don't. Oh my.
No.
You can't say you can't say that, because once you say that, it then discredits your view as a footballing analyst.
Yeah.
No, I'll say it. I'll say it.
Okay, why?
I'll explain why they don't win it. Because, like, the striker has all the pressure to score. Like, if a team loses, a majority of the time, they blame the forward players, and the forward players actually make the big difference. If you have Messi, it's a huge difference compared if you have.
Okay. Then, gentlemen, let me answer you. Without Cannavaro, Italy don't win that World Cup.
Without the players scoring,
without Varane, Real Madrid don't win that Champions League. If Ramos has someone else partnering him, Real Madrid did not win that Champions League, because as much as Cristiano scored those goals, a lot of Varane's, remember, they were under pressure in a lot of games. They didn't completely dominate games like Bayern or Barcelona did. So Varane made some key defensive challenges. Without Varane, France do not beat Belgium.
Yep.
100%, they do not beat Belgium in that game. 100%.
All right, here I'll make a counter argument. Without Ronaldo, Varane can defend all day. They're not going anywhere. And without Salah,
that's the point I am making.
But the point I'm making is this: a lot of defending.
Wait, guys, easy. Gentlemen, the point I'm making is this: Cristiano can't score 5-6 goals in a game, so he may score 2 goals, but if the opposite team scores 4 goals, your 2 goals didn't mean anything.
So
the defender is just as important as a striker, because
But the way Cristiano played.
I'll respond. It's not important because it's easy to replace a defender. It's hard to replace a striker. You can't just get another Mo Salah. Look, you can get to replace a defender.
Can I just say something? It's not.
Wait. Machine, I'll finish. Machine. Look, to replace a defender, if you want to replace Varane or Ramos, you can get Thiago Silva. There's a lot of options of defenders. If you want to replace Messi, I'll finish. If you want to replace Messi, if you want to replace Salah, there's not a lot of options. You can't just go and get another Messi, but you can get other defenders. That's why, like the strikers, they deserve all the awards because it's hard. That's why they get paid the most too, because it's hard to replace them. It's hard. To defenders.
Wait. So, what, Machine, you wanted to say something?
Regardless of that, I'm not saying the defenders shouldn't win it. In order for them to win it, they have to put in such a fucking, sorry about the language, but such a momentous performance that I don't think was the case with Varane. I think, for example, in 2016, Pepe had a real shout at winning the Ballon d'Or. I think he ended up not even being in the podium.
I think
that's a perfect example.
But if he'd won it, I wouldn't have I would have been more.
Wait. That's a perfect example that Machine brought up. Wait, guys, easy, relax.
Sorry.
What Machine brought up is a perfect example. Without Pepe, Portugal do not win the Euros.
Wait, but that's a flawed argument, Double H.
How is that a flawed argument?
Pepe did well one season. I mean, Messi has done it 10 years.
I'm talking about the Euros. Without Pepe, Portugal don't win the Euros. Same thing, without Cristiano, they don't win the Euros. But without Pepe, they don't win the Euros because Pepe was one of the best performers at those Euros.
Absolutely. And he was also...
but what against Wales, yeah? Wales defeated Belgium in that game.
Against
Euros
France.
Semi-final, yeah?
He was incredible.
If Pepe would have won in 2016, I think it would have been wholly legitimate and deserved. But
no.
Double H. About Varane, you can't put him in the Ballon d'Or contending if he conceded 3 goals against Juventus and 2 goals against Bayern and a goal in the final as well.
But
he can't concede that many goals and then put him in the Ballon d'Or.
What did the goal from?
No. My thing is, okay, but Hazard. In response to that, is that I felt that his performance overall, again, nobody is perfect throughout. No striker scores in every single game. No one does.
Messi did in 2012.
Let me respond to Hazem. So my thing is that I felt that Varane's performance in a major way overall greatly contributed to Real Madrid's Champions League win. Varane, for me, was one of the best performers at that World Cup. Without Varane, because for me, I thought Umtiti didn't have that great a World Cup. I thought he was he actually made quite a few mistakes. So without Varane, 100% France would not beat Belgium because Belgium were knocking on that door. And the amount of defending Varane had to do when Belgium were completely putting guys there. Without Varane, Belgium would have beaten France. And it would be Belgium, Croatia in the final.
Who was the most crucial player for France? Kante or Varane at the World Cup?
I can't pick one. But between those two, I would say Varane. Between those two, I'd say Varane was more crucial for France.
And if Kante wouldn't play in World Cup, and if Kante wouldn't play in World Cup,
wait, guys, easy. Wait, easy. One at a time. So I'm going to go to Muntaha then Machine. Muntaha.
Yeah, if Kante wouldn't have played in World Cup, would France have won this World Cup?
No.
With Varane?
Same thing as well. But for me, you asked me.
Casemiro was there in Real Madrid.
Wait. Basically, put it this way, and then I'll go to Machine. France, that was a team effort. Everybody was important. But if we now want to see the degrees of importance, I think Varane was more important for France in that World Cup than Kante. Now, Machine, what do you want to say?
No.
What I'm saying is, for you to win the Ballon d'Or, you have to be, you have to excel individually. And I think that with France, it's just as you said, it was a collective effort. You can't really pick one out of that team and say this guy was the standout.
Judge man, let the man talk, man. All right. Finish.
The reason I put Mbappe in there is because I think he did, pretty well in the league, and also he's like a 19-year-old kid who's a crazy sensation, immensely talented, and the times that he did stand out in the World Cup are all the more special exactly because of that, because he's so young.
No, look, I'll respond to that. I'll respond. First of all, Double H, you'll have to explain to yourself why you chose Mbappe number 2 and then Messi number 3. That's another explanation.
No. It was not in any order. It was not in any order. I just said the 3, but not in
all right, and then I watched Mbappe the entire season last season, and I guarantee you, like, this guy, did everyone see the Liverpool game against PSG? Where he does nothing and then scores the 1 goal. And he's in the newspapers, and people are like, "Oh, this is the wonder kid." He did nothing. And he's a moment's player.
Neymar did all the work for that goal.
He's the next big thing.
Off one game.
No, he's doing 1 game. I watched the entire season. I watched the player get
guys.
nobody defends.
Okay, see, this is the issue I have. You see, if let's say I'm a voter, I'm like, Messi had one of his best seasons last season. He was so good this season. And so wait, guys, easy. Wait. Let me land. But there is something there's something very powerful about that moment that will affect me as a voter, where Messi was on the pitch and watched a 19-year-old score 2 goals and make one of the great runs in that World Cup from his own half that ended up from a penalty. There's something powerful of that moment there where Messi, you watched a 19-year-old literally announce himself while they were on the same pitch. So as a voter, I'm like, I understand I've got to take everything into account, but that was such a huge moment. And guys, I'm sorry, the World Cup is the biggest competition in the world. It just is. Which is why, even if I would put Messi ahead of Cristiano, let's be real, man. Cristiano showed up at that World Cup, man. Like, he showed up at that World Cup. Messi, you had a nothing World Cup.
And in Champions League as well. And in Champions League as well.
So, okay, put it this way. I can't, I'm sorry. I'm not going to give you credits for balling against Tottenham. I'm not going to give you credit for balling against Valladolid or Elche. No.
Wait. I'll counter. I'll make a counter argument.
Let me finish. Let me finish giving the floor. We can't keep giving this guy credit for balling against farmers in the La Liga.
Thank you.
And let's be real.
So what was
as good as the Champions League is, the World Cup is the most difficult competition in the world.
That's debatable.
It is 100% the government. And let me explain why. Your club is your day job. It's your day job. Whatever you do, you will get paid. Whether you're playing Iran, you're playing Greece or whoever, these guys are ready to die on that pitch because they're patriotic for their country. And it's 7 games. The margin for error is so slim. So I have an issue putting Messi in that final 3 when you had a crap World Cup. Let's be real. Let's call it as it is. You had a crap World Cup. Let's not come up with excuses. Individually, you had a crap World Cup.
He only scored.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
I hate him.
No, that's true. But I mean, do we all agree the World Cup is harder than Champions League? I mean, Double H, I disagree with that one.
No, we agree.
I mean, look at the teams Croatia faced. They faced no one. They were apart from they faced no one.
Okay, look. Okay. Put it this way. Okay, this is my point. This is what really aggravates me. So you say that everyone keeps telling me that the Champions League is much harder than the World Cup. Then why is it that Messi has not scored a single goal in a World Cup knockout game? Why is it easy? No, let me finish. If the World Cup is so much easier, how come Messi has not had one great World Cup where he was the standout star player? If it's so easy, surely the greatest player should have one World Cup where he truly shines. So,
can I say something? In Champions League, you can win with the teams like average team. Yeah, but in World Cup, you need to be in world-class team to win the World Cup. That's the difference.
Exactly.
Well, but let me just say one thing for Juju Man, because I think we're getting a little off track.
Okay.
The basic point that we're trying to get to is this: there's 2 competitions that are really of consequence that happened this year, and that's the Champions League and the World Cup. Correct?
Yeah.
And both of those tournaments, Messi flopped. Correct?
True. Yes.
Not his fault.
I mean, guys. You know what?
In Champions League, Messi literally flopped. Yeah, he just performed against Chelsea. That's it.
It's not his fault. It's the team's fault.
Guys, you know what? I may have to. You know what? I didn't think about what, because again, I was always saying, look, man, Messi has played amazing, but let's be real, because Machine made a very clear point. Because I put Messi in that final 3 because I was like, this guy is doing amazing things, and he just keeps on doing crazy things. But I say, wait a minute, who is he doing it against, and in what competition? Because that means big things to me. Because what means a lot to me is, who are you playing against? In what competition? How difficult is it? What is the degree of difficulty? That is huge for me. The degree of difficulty.
Where was Messi against Roma in the second leg?
Yeah, that was one game in the Champions League. He actually performed elsewhere. Aside from that, I'm not saying he had an amazing Champions League, but he did perform on the first leg. He won against Chelsea in both legs, and he performed in the group stages against Juventus as well. Let's not forget in the league.
Just one game.
Come on, we can't.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Let's finish your point.
And then you have to go to the league where he went unbeaten in the league. Yes, they lost one game which he wasn't involved in. He went unbeaten in the league, and we know it's Messi. His performance level is very high and he's consistent. So we can't just dismiss and say he didn't have a great season.
Is La Liga the most elite league in the world?
No.
I'm not saying it.
And also, who does Messi play for? Who does Messi play for? Barcelona.
We all know who he plays for. And let's even go to the World Cup. He wasn't terrible at the World Cup. He still got 2 assists in that game against France, and he was still the best player of the tournament. So yes, he didn't. Yes, but he's still in the conversation. So I don't see how you can just say, he's not in the conversation because of one game against France when he still got 2 assists.
That is true. Man, one assist. The first assist was fluke.
Oh Lord! No. Easy way. This Ballon d'Or, it is difficult because again, as I think about it, so Messi is being put in the final three because he played well against Tottenham.
Oh my God!
He was in the competition before that. You're just...
That's exactly what it is. You know, I was watching yesterday.
Look, it's
how can Salah not be in the top
for
three?
players like Messi? Because what's he done in the last 2 months? He's done nothing. That's what Salah's done. Messi's been
How's he not? No,
he's
in the World Cup.
He has
Messi's
same,
first
if not a
game.
bit.
Wait, guys, one at a time. So I'm gonna go to Sam and then Hazem. Sam.
Okay, breaking down Messi's performance at the World Cup. First game against Iceland, he was basically completely and utterly shut down. He had a few shots, he had a few chances, he had a penalty. He missed the penalty.
Against the film director, carry on.
Yep.
Second game, Croatia. It was a complete and utter show. It was
isolated.
It was garbage. He was isolated. He wasn't putting influence. Third game against Nigeria, my team. I mean, he wasn't even that great. Listen.
He did nothing, man. He did nothing.
We all know what he did in that game. There's 3 Nigerians here. We know what he did in that game.
Quiet, man. Let the guy talk.
Come on, man. Stop being bitter, HH, man.
No.
Sam, finish, man. Don't mind him, man.
What he scored against Nigeria was a counterattack. I mean,
a goal.
Sam, just speak over the Nigeria points, please. Just move on from them, please. Thank you.
Okay. Then you had against France. The only reason he actually got those 2 assists against Nigeria was against France was the atrocious defending.
Okay, this is unfair. It's unfair.
Ridiculous.
Now we're judging Messi to a different standard from everybody else. Now it's Mbappe does it. He's 19 wild because Messi does it. Oh no, he's been doing it for 10 years.
But no, one of his assists was literally a deflection.
It was literally
no.
Did you not see the pass for Aguero?
Have you finished your point? Sam, have you finished your point?
That was an amazing assist.
Wait, Sam, have you finished your point?
Bottom line, what I'm getting at is that his performance was a 5 out of 10.
Okay, Hazem. I said I would go to Hazem.
Right. So how can Salah not be in the top 3 for the Ballon d'Or if he's not single-handedly, but was protagonist for Liverpool to reach the final of the Champions League, broke the record for Premier League goals, and in the World Cup you can't blame him because there was Cooper's a defensive coach for Egypt, and the players around him weren't helping much, and he got injured. So how can you not place him?
Let me
answer that. It's a difficult one because that's a strong argument. Because let's be real. What Salah did for Liverpool that season was amazing.
Yeah,
and I think if you want to just put an achievement thing, breaking a goal scoring record is an amazing thing in your first full season in the Premier League. So that is definitely huge. But my argument is that I feel that it is not as strong an argument as Mbappe's, Modric's, or Messi stroke Cristiano's. It's difficult. If Salah was in there, this is the reality. Guys, easy, chill. Hazem, the reality is this. By the time guys are making their votes in January, people are thinking about December, November, October. That may be harsh, but I think people are thinking about December. So I think
but Salah,
easy. So as Salah is struggling now, it is counting against him, which is unfair, but it is counting against him.
I mean, he's not doing too badly in the Premier League. He has 3 goals and 1 assist this season, so it's not.
His performance level was completely dropped, and let's be basing off of a season where he.
But that's because Liverpool's level as a whole has dropped.
Trophies. No, but Barcelona's level has been dropping for a good while, and Messi's still performing. That's the difference between Messi and Salah.
Yep.
So we can't compare and say, "Salah's better than Messi."
Excuse me.
How are doing right now? And Liverpool are top of the league, and they're winning most of the games. And Salah's doing what?
How many wins has he had lately? It's apart from Tottenham. How many wins has he had in the last 4 games?
I mean, we can say Messi performed against Valencia where they drew. He performed against Leganes where they lost.
But Machine, there's only
still performing when Barcelona aren't winning games.
Oh my gosh! You see, thank you. Machine just made an excellent point that supports my earlier point. So, Jujuman, you were getting at me for Varane and defenders are not really that useful, and it's all about attackers. Look at what's happened to Barcelona now. Messi is consistently scoring and assisting. Exactly. What is Piqué doing behind it?
Put
it this way. If you had Varane back in that defense, Barcelona are top of the table with 5, 6, 7 points.
Or Umtiti.
Yeah. See, that's the key point. So because Umtiti is injured and you now have PK and Lenglet in that defense, Barcelona are struggling because they're conceding. As much as they're scoring, they're conceding and they're losing points. So a defender is important because if you put Umtiti and Varane in that defense, Barcelona are 6, 7 points clear of the table right now.
Yeah, but it's still easy to. I mean, PK. First of all, no one rates PK. He's a clown, and
but you just said that it is easy to replace a defender. So
yeah, but he is.
So,
it is.
So wait. So your argument is that, hey man, if Varane is injured, just bring in PK. Fine. Isn't that what?
No. Wait, that's not equal. If Varane is injured, bring in who's another quality defender. Yeah,
so now it needs to be Nacho.
Romagnoli.
Yeah, bring in what's his name? Let's say Thiago Silva. That's equal. And then it should be
Thiago Silva, man. Thiago Silva's too old, man.
Yeah, but I mean, someone.
You can tell Marquinhos,
Manola
has all these defenders, yeah.
Bring in
Juju,
Ramos,
just take the L, bro. Just take the L, man.
No. Look, just bring in.
Take the L.
All right. Okay. We'll let this one slide.
Okay. So before we go again, because we'll probably revisit this again nearer the whole thing. And yes, there will be a brick door. A brick door is going to happen. And I think Morata or Piqué may take
Benzema.
No, guys, easy. Don't. Actually, you know what?
No.
Okay. Let me say this.
Hashtag 8 goals, man.
Wait, guys.
How is Benzema?
Chill, man. Chill. Let the guy talk. So, who will you give the? So these are the two answers I want to hear from all the two questions. Who do you give the Ballon d'Or to? And who do you give the Brick d'Or to if it was announced today? If it took place today, who do you give the Ballon d'Or to and who do you give the Brick d'Or to? Let me start with A1. Ballon d'Or and Brick d'Or goes to who?
Ballon d'Or, I'll give it to Messi. Brick d'Or, I'll give it to Bakayoko. Yep.
Oh, yeah, Bakayoko's been
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, forward. Okay, forward. Ballon d'Or and Brick d'Or. Who do you give it to?
Who would I give Ballon d'Or to? I'll give it to Kante since you're asking me. And who would I give the Brick d'Or to? I would give that to Alexis Sanchez.
Wow. Hazem.
Ballon d'Or I give to Modric. And Brick d'Or I'll give to Benzema just for the fact that
that's harsh.
Just for the fact, how can you put him in the Ballon d'Or list ahead of Immobile and Lewandowski when he's how many goals has he scored this season?
Wait. He's on the list?
Yep.
Top
30.
Yeah. Ahead of
top 30.
Ahead of Lewandowski. Immobile was top scorer in Serie A, the hardest.
No. Because I didn't even bother looking at the list. Benzema's on the list and Immobile is not on the list.
And Lewandowski's not on the list.
Benzema has the most assists, though. Don't forget that.
No.
Get that nonsense out of it.
No, he doesn't work.
Nah, that's wait. I will address that later. Okay. Machine, Ballon d'Or and Brick d'Or. Ballon d'Or and Brick d'Or.
Ballon d'Or, Ronaldo and Benzema for perpetuity as long as he kicks the ball.
Wow. Muntaha, Ballon d'Or, Brick d'Or.
Ballon d'Or, Modric, and Brick d'Or, Lord Karius.
Thank you.
How could we forget?
Yeah.
He's
Red. What's up, man? Go for it.
Me? Yeah, I'll say Ballon d'Or, Ronaldo, and Karius for Brick d'Or.
All right. Sam.
Like the last two.
Wow. Juju man.
Ballon d'Or, Modric, Brick d'Or, Arsene Wenger, because Arsenal look great right now.
That's a good point.
All right, okay, so for me, Ballon d'Or, I'd give it to Mbappe, Brick d'Or, Karius. All right, guys. Peace out. See you next week, guys. Peace.